Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vonda Evans, and I did a new little look, festive, a little red, trying to do something. Old girl trying to do a little something. Happy holidays to everyone who's out in these streets. I'm gonna get out there in a minute to do whatever I need to do. Let me say this. Let's go. Let's just go ahead and get into this. This all I can say is folks are okay, people traditionally talk about, black people and crime, etc., etc. And we are always targeted because of our involvement, let's be honest, with criminal activity. But this mess in Oxford, oh my God. Okay, let me explain this to you. It's heating up. Now, recently, I don't know if any of you have been following this, but the parents allegedly, because I believe they're going to say they didn't, purchase the gun for their son. They've put Facebook posts, but they're going to probably recant and saying, we just were playing, like you buy something, but it's really for you, but you say it's for your kids. You know how you do that. So listen, okay. So of course, they to me attempt to leave or visiting their friend or whatever, and that was close to Canada. What about the fact, you ready? Are you ready? That the husband and wife, have retained top lawyers, and they letting a child have a court-appointed lawyer who is unskilled in this area at all. Who does that? Okay. Now, people can say what they want to about Black people, but let me tell you this. In my years of being in the legal area, I've seen mothers retire and go back to work. I've seen mothers bake cakes. I've seen mothers damn near do whatever they had to in order to make sure that their child had a good lawyer. I've seen that with my own eyes, okay? They will make a way out of no way. I know this for my practice. When I talk to them mamas and I explain whatever it is, the law, if their child's incarcerated or has been convicted or is awaiting trial, and I explain that to them, you know what they tell me? I don't got it right now, but you log me in. You will be hearing from me. Huh? And let me say this to you and be 100. I hear from them. It might be 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now. But let me tell you something. I hear from them. I absolutely. Come on, baby. There was an issue, I don't know the exact name, where there was a vaginal mutilation alleged, but it was a cultural thing. Well, the lawyer that represented that doctor that was alleged to have done that ultimately was able to get this matter dismissed in federal court, citing that this was a religious belief or doctrine. They got them. You got your son with a new lawyer who ain't even really practiced out here. And this, come on, baby. See, let me explain something to you. And, call me an enabler or what, because, hey, I'm going to tell you I am. But let me say this to you. If I got a sandwich and my children's are hungry and I'm hungry too, I get full automatically. I say, oh no, y'all go ahead. Because I'm going to do for my children. I'm going to do for them. And most Black mothers, white too, I ain't going to say, but I'm talking about these nuts. they gonna do for their child. But to basically tell them, well, I'm sorry. But then you got to think about it. Now, I can understand if you're trying to get away and do your thing. I ain't mad about that, okay? I got that, okay? Ain't nobody trying to go to no prison, okay? Whatever, okay? So I might have, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Had to call my people to say, look, let me get to the border. But when you get apprehended, you got a choice. You can feed your child, you can feed yourself. Well, people say, well, he's in a lot more danger. Well, he's in a lot more serious situation than the parents, i.e., technically speaking, even though the parents are charged with involuntary manslaughter, it ain't going to happen in Oakland County, but conceivably, I do believe, because you know how Oakland County is, they don't play no games, but conceivably, that is a probationable offense. They can actually get probation for that. So I understand that. Even if convicted as charged, they can get probation because it's a probational offense. But to leave your child out there like that, granted, I believe, and I don't know because I don't know all the evidence, this child has probably been suffering mentally, and the parents are unwilling, like many parents, black, white included, to acknowledge when there's something going on with their children. Oh boy, go on, sit down somewhere. You ain't hearing no voices. Ain't nobody talking to you. You you just smoking so much weed or whatever. You doing you doing too much or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting them because the young man said the voices won't stop. And I hope that we're now like in an age where, we understand your mind is like your leg, your arm. If it's injured, you need to get some help. You can't say, oh, well, just because you having a mental challenge, oh, you crazy. No, you crazy not to get no damn help. That's what you crazy. If you feel that you under the weather and you just can't shake it, everybody feels that way. Okay. And thank you everybody for saying you like my hair color. You know what? I'm going to get to that in a little bit later about how, as older women, we got to step up our game. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But when you have a challenge, just say, for instance, you just like, I just can't get out the bed. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. And then, you just, try to, shrug it off. And after a couple of days, if it gets worse to the point where you just say, life ain't worth living, and you start hearing voice, you got to get some help. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's something wrong when you don't get treatment. So here's a child who's probably acting very erratically, okay, and probably has confided to mom and dad, you know what, I can't stop thinking about something, because he probably know he got some, challenging parents as well. And they're like, oh boy, that ain't nothing. So there is a situation. There is a situation where if he was under mental distress, he could potentially be not guilty by reason of insanity and committed to a mental hospital until he did get the treatment like John Hinckley did. He said when he was in class, he was, writing down, he said, the voices won't stop. I can't make them stop. So obviously, I think, and I could glean that he was probably having some level of psychotic episode. Okay. And as a result, boy, go sit down somewhere. Just go sit down somewhere. Go for a walk. Some old ignorant stuff. I'm like tripping, and we need to do that. I mean, people always, and I want to, and I'm hitting on this, but I want to stay there for a minute. Holidays, we see the greatest rise in suicide. And this is a time when we need to check on people, especially when, or ourselves, like, I just can't get out the bed. I'm just tired. I'm just, what I'm saying? You know what? I may not be here this time next year. When we start thinking stuff like that, we need to go to the doctor to get it, especially when you can't shake it. And this boy had been going through this. So there's a chance maybe that I believe that there's probably a good chance that he will be convicted, but maybe what he needs is treatment. And what they would do is, like John Hinckley, I think he just got out after like 40 something years or 50 something years or whatever. If he has it was having us a schizophrenic episode, thank you, Regina Crenshaw. If he was having one, then that's something that they can look at. But you're going to put a new lawyer with very little experience on this case, but you're going to get a big dog when, even if you pled guilty as charged, hypothetically, you could get probation. Anyway, I'm like, damn, for real. Girl, okay, but you out here buying your son a gun, you know what I'm saying? But then when he starts to act out because of some issues that you have not addressed, this has been going on. And we're going to see that he's been having these psychotic episodes, and the parents didn't do nothing about it. And let me say this, what I say to you. If you don't address an issue, it doesn't go away. Oh, that is a boy. You know what? That's just that boy. You know what? Or that girl, she just, Kevin Gray. Good afternoon, Miss Vonda. I have been taking care of my daughter, Amber, who is in a mental hospital right now for the past 5 years. I didn't know nothing about this. It's truly hard watching my daughter, Amber, going through that. I love the color of your hair. Thank you so much, Kevin. Mental illness is real. And we want to make it seem like somehow if we or someone in our family has a challenge that somehow, they're deficient. No, are you deficient because you got high blood pressure? Are you deficient because you may have sugar diabetes? Are you deficient because you may have seizures? You're not deficient. And we need to stop labeling people who have mental illness as you crazy or something derogatory that we don't want to help them. And this boy been crying out. And then you put a damn gun in his hand and he says when he there, I can't stop the voices. And you put a gun in his hand because you one of them parents. Oh boy, you gonna grow out of that. You gonna grow out of that, boy. What kind of ignorant is that? We'll be back with Vonda's Court Unfiltered. I'm on fire, and I am going to talk to some people today. We'll talk soon. I'll be right back.